Hello everybody, like to say thank you for all your support yet again. It's been really good, and at the end of this video don't forget to subscribe, like, tick the box, tell everybody, tell your friends, and then they can share in all the fun we're having. Well, I think it's fun anyway, I'm enjoying it. Most of the emails I've had following the launch of the mini Flavours have been about how much flavour to use for a 1 egg mix, higher track hook baits, all that sort of thing. So I have to go back and say and reiterate some of the things that I've said before, but it's really important to make sure that you measure your flavours accurately, particularly the flavours that you can see here, which are the 10 strongest flavours I sell. These are the ones that are in the mini pots, which thankfully we've got our stock back of the pots, so they're going to be available probably Monday or Tuesday. I do sell these little packs of 1mm surgical syringes, and they measure in tenths of 1mm. It's important that you write down the recipes you use, and as a rule of thumb I would say, and hopefully this might prevent a few emails, which I'm struggling to get through some of them, but I do answer every single one that I'm sent. So just as a rule of thumb, if you take any one of these top 10 flavours that are on the list, just use literally as little per large egg as 0.2 of a mil. That's 0.20 of a mil of one flavour, and maybe 0.2 to 0.3 of another flavour. So if you want to blend two together, that's about what it would be. And you have to find the levels that you're satisfied with. Obviously, if you want a stronger flavour, then put a bit more in. But these are the sorts of levels we're talking about. Also, boiling times. How long to boil the bait for? If you're using something like super milk, which is high in milk protein, it's important that you keep those boiling times quite low. So 20 to 30 seconds for hook baits, maybe 40 seconds for a slightly larger hook bait, a pop-up around a cork ball, that sort of thing. So you'd be looking at in the region, say 40 seconds. And don't forget, guys, that after you have boiled your hook baits or your freebies, air dry them overnight for 12 hours. And it's always best to freeze the bait if you can. Don't just air dry it and assume that it's going to be okay for the next few weeks. Fresh bait is best, and I've said this before, but a good trick is to make a little batch of bait, and a 1 egg mix will make about 60 or 70 hook baits. Bag them up in little bags and freeze them in little bags, and then when you're ready to go, you can just grab a small bag of, say, 10 hook baits out of the freezer, and a small bag of free offerings that you've made up as well, out of the freezer, all nice and fresh. Get down the lake, catch a few fish. So as you can see in front of me, we've got the flavours back, the mini flavours. They've been incredibly popular, so it's going to be first come, first served on these, and good luck in using them. One of the things I also wanted to say is the emails I've been getting about tactical approach on certain waters. And this is important when more people have been out and about fishing. A lot of waters are quite crowded at the moment. Even though it's lockdown, you are allowed to go fishing, but certainly as the lockdown eases and the weather warms up and we start to get out on the bank a bit more, and through the summer, I think these waters see an excess of bait. And we don't know when I go fishing and turn up on my club water, I don't know who's been there the day before. I don't know what they've thrown in the water. So it's often not what we put in on our bait when we throw it in the lake or the river. It's what someone else has thrown in the day before. So we need to try, as part of our tactical approach, to learn and understand what's going down at the lake, what's going down at the river. Try and find out who's putting in the time. Try and find out what type of bait they're using. And quite honestly, whatever bait you think's going down on a fishery, use the opposite. So if it's a water that's being hammered on fish meals, use a nut mix, like milk and honey, something like that. If you want to go the fish meal route, make sure you don't over flavour the bait, because fish meals, hydrolyzed fish protein, krill, shrimp, all those nice natural things that go into some good base mixes, they're attractors in their own right. So don't fall into the trap, everybody, of putting too many liquid additives in with the bait and then a flavour. So you end up putting 4 or 5 additives into a mix that you don't need. Why? Because a good base mix will have it all in there already. And that is the basis of a good base mix. It's all very well and good having these fantastic flavours, but the base mix is key. So what else was I going to say? One of the things again about using these little mini flavours is getting the Hookbait mix right. So in response to your requests, I now do these 400 gram bags of base mix powder, which I've sieved to make it finer texture, so it grips around the cork ball better, doesn't absorb so much water when it's been out all night long in the lake, and it will grip tightly around the cork ball or make a nice hard hook bait. One of the things that's important for is you don't want to be reeling in a cork ball in the morning. So I've done all the work for you, and all these mixes have got whey protein concentrate and egg albumin in the mix so that it's nice and hard when you come to make it. That's quite important. They come in a 400 gram bag, and one of those 400 grams will make an awful lot of hook baits. So that's a good thing. Updating on information, just checking my little notes here. One thing I will say is, sorry about the delay on the peach flavour. Peach is coming soon, but the laboratory is on a bit of a go slow, again because of all the problems with the pandemic. So I think the wait will be worth it. So bear with me on that one. I've had lots of emails on that, by the way. There are a couple of other new products coming too, which is a hot masala oil or masala spice, which has 7 different essential oils in it. That's coming soon. And a sort of Cajun Caribbean spice with paprika and all sorts of other nice hot peppers and spices, black pepper, chili oil. That's called red Cajun spice. And both of these I've used for 4 or 5 years. The masala oil is an oil that is quite complex, quite unusual. No one has really sold anything like this before, and I've already been using it in my chicken tikka flavour. So those people that have used chicken tikka will know quite the theme of that taste and smell and how brilliantly it comes through the bait. Very unusual. So there's a few good things to look forward to. We've been busy. William, who's behind the camera now, has been helping a great deal. And in the next couple of clips, I'm going to hopefully get him around this side of the camera, which he will hate, and get him to say hello so that you can put a face to the unknown person behind the camera. So that's all today. It's just a quick thing. This will go on Instagram. It will also go on YouTube. Thank you again and again for your great support. I'm loving doing all this. And next time we'll do a bit more of a demo thing. I did say that I will cover taste. Here it is, taste F2. As we get into the warmer months, taste and some of the other savoury type baits that we love for our summer and warm water fishing will come to the fore. But there's plenty of time to cover that. So stay safe, keep well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.